The Youth Renaissance team went into high schools all over Cleveland to document the different trials and tribulations that our youth go through on a daily basis, as well as podcasting and peer conversations on real topics, anything from school lunches to violence in the community. This process has had therapeutic results in allowing the students to be vulnerable and open up to each other about issues they share.
Through music production and songwriting, we let the students talk about the realities of their lives and be creative with painting pictures of their future. We've combined these documented stories from each sector of the program into a reality show that showcases the students' experiences in and outside of the classroom.
This is My Reality is Real.
Okay, so welcome back. Welcome back to My Reality is Real. We're here with School of One at Rhodes. How y'all doing today? So from over to my right, why don't everyone introduce themselves?
Young Crows.
I'm Christian.
Taylor. Shaylee.
Marcos.
Jarrell.
Umberto.
Go ahead.
Brandon.
Naomi.
Angelise.
Johnny.
My name's Ali.
My name is Ali. Okay. My name is Phatty Banks. How y'all doing today?
Great.
All right. So look, today we're going to have like a SEL conversation, social emotional learning. And there's 5 competencies to social emotional learning. There's self-awareness. There's social awareness, self-management, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Okay? Those 5 cores, you will be a better person in the world. Okay? Into the community. So we're going to break down each one a little bit. We're going to take one of the components of that competency. I hate saying that word. I probably won't say it ever again for the rest of this project here. Okay. And then we're going to like dig into that one and see how it resonates in your life. Okay. So we're going to start with self-awareness. Self-awareness. Okay. The ability and understanding of whom one is and the impact that one makes on their surroundings. So the one component that stood out to me was recognizing strengths. All right. So being aware of and identifying what one is strong or effective in at doing or accomplishing. Okay. Recognizing strengths. So let's start with Ali. Tell me one of your, oh my God. He's in here. He's sitting right over there. God is here. Okay.
Tell you what?
Share one of your strengths.
One of my strengths.
What's one of your strengths?
To be honest, I didn't think you was gonna pick me first. I was gonna look at everyone else's example.
I know you was, and I saw it in your eyeball socket. So I started with you.
I mean, sometimes I think I have discipline because like if I'm like, all right, I need to wake up at 7 a.m. and do this, I'll do it. But sometimes I sleep in, so I don't know. But I guess.
So what's your strength?
You said
So
discipline.
sometimes I have discipline on myself. Like I must wake up at 7
Discipline. So self-discipline. You, sir, Johnny. What's one of your strengths?
I wouldn't know.
See, and this is why we're having this conversation, because this is a good way to have good self-awareness or this works with your self-esteem. Okay, is to understand what your strengths are, to knowing who you are. So I know we're at this age where we're still trying to figure that out. Okay.
I have one.
Yeah.
That I think I've witnessed.
What?
In just the second week. I think that he's a good listener. He doesn't like to talk a lot. So most people that don't like to talk a lot listen very, very well.
What about you?
I don't know. I say I'm a determined person.
Okay. Determined.
Yeah.
Okay. I see that. You was determined to get that cookie.
There you go.
That was warm with the chocolate jumping off in it. Hey, Naomi.
Wait, what was the question?
The question is, what's one of your strengths?
I love myself. I do. That's one of my things.
That's half
one
the battle. Seriously. Do you know how many people
you love yourself?
Yes, I love some of me.
Okay.
Seriously, there are so many people that they wonder where a lot of their problems stem from, and it's from like self-loathing and like
lack of confidence.
The lack of confidence that people have to do things. So I don't even mean that as a joke.
Okay.
That's real. That is super important.
Okay, I need some of that.
Genuinely loving yourself.
Okay.
It means that you can do whatever you need to do regardless of however anybody feels about it.
Facts. That is true.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true. I think that's awesome. Seriously.
So you
Especially
didn't
at the
care
age you guys
that
are
we
at.
was eating our walking tacos, not with the chips smashed up like yours.
No, I'm just worried about me.
There you go.
And she didn't care that she and she
I love how she just said it.
she said it real straight like facts.
I'm here about me.
She was like facts. Did I say it right? Facts.
You ain't gotta do her like that.
Oh, God.
Brandon, come on, man. Come on, man. You can't just do me like that.
Self-teach.
Self-teach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Self-taught.
He
Yeah.
learned about dinosaurs more on YouTube than anything else from school.
Awesome.
He knows everything about dinosaurs.
So you related to me when I was telling the story of how I learned how to do film and stuff. Okay, so you believe that can be done. You can learn and educate yourself without paying to go to a college or something like that to do it. Awesome. I think more of our folks need to understand that since y'all got those little phones in y'all pocket, there is nothing that you cannot learn. You feel me? You have no excuse. We'll start with Birdo. Could you tell me some of your strengths?
What my strengths?
Yeah.
I don't even know for real.
That's why we're doing this. Come on, Birdo. Try. What's a strength you think you have?
With I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. So that's why somebody here, y'all know Birdo a little bit. Do you think he got a strength that y'all can identify?
Determination.
Determination. You didn't think of that one.
Nah, I didn't.
Do you think you're a determined person?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, that's a strength, man. Okay, that's a strength. Jarrell, how about you? What's one of your strengths?
Words. I like words.
Okay.
Like learning new words.
Learning new words. Marcos.
Hardworking.
Hardworking. Come on with it, Shayla.
Organization.
Organization. That's awesome.
Yes, I'm a very organized person. I can't have nothing messy. It has to be in a set way.
So you that one person.
Yeah.
We
At
gonna be
Ashford Franklin,
beefing.
I have OCD.
We gonna be beefing.
I just fixed your papers before you came over here.
You did.
Yeah.
They are kind of. So I'm on. Somebody help her out.
Her personality.
Personality.
Oh,
Do you got a good personality?
yeah.
Okay, so that means you could be a good people person. Christian.
Hey.
Come on with it.
Well, I don't want to toot my own horn
Let's
because
go.
I feel like
Toot it.
my biggest strength is my kindness. Some people say that I'm too kind for my own good. So I feel like that's it.
Do they think you being fake sometimes? Do you get that vibe? That
Are you trying to call me out?
No. So I can see the other side. So you gonna let me see the other side right on camera?
Listen.
Do people take your kindness for a weakness sometimes?
I mean, I guess it really depends on the person. If they're gonna be using me for their benefit, then I guess because like I said, I'm too kind for my own good. I see the good side of people first before I see the bad
That's
side.
awesome. I'm gonna show you how awesome that is as we move along. Carlos, what's up?
I guess my stoicism.
Say that again.
Stoicism.
Okay.
It's don't panic.
You don't? You chill?
I mean, sometimes, but most of the time not.
Okay. Look, he done broke out vocabulary. I'm scared to even try to say that word.
He's a powerful reader.
And show my John F. Kennedy High School education. You feel me? DJs, we don't say that word too many. Say it one more time for me, Carlo.
Stoicism.
Now, let me come back to you, Ali. Let's start over here. Now, how could you use your strength to move forward in life as far as your goals you want to obtain, graduating, jobs, career?
I mean, discipline could go like a long way. Like if you're like, all right, I gotta work for like 3 hours in a row and do this, then like if you have that discipline to do that, because some people say they'll do something and they'll forget.
Okay.
So
awesome. We still trying to find out what your strength is. But remember, we got you a good listener.
I mean, do you resonate with them saying that you're observant?
If something catches my eye, I might look at it, like something that moves around the house or something. I would see it because...
But that's true. He would see it if he noticed it.
He's observant.
So I need to call you if I got something moving around in my house. I can call you.
I can hear sound kind of better than... Because when you're quiet, you can hear stuff that normal people can't hear because you're very quiet.
Okay. Okay, man. I like you, man. You are hard, and I appreciate you coming. And you told me that you're not really a talker, and this is awesome. See, and you're not sweating. You feel me? You don't look. You got a little rock going on, but I do that too. You fine. And all it is when you doing something new or something that's taking you to the next level, get used to being uncomfortable. Because every time you do something new, you should feel a little uncomfortable because it's just new. But once you tackle it, he gonna be a podcaster, right? Watch. When it's all said and done, you're gonna be the dude I see on YouTube making millions of dollars or something, okay? Now, how can you use it was determined?
Oh, yeah, determination.
How can you use that to move forward in life?
Like Ali said, it goes a long way. I mean, you can't procrastinate. You're determined to get your education, a job, a good job at that. Overall, just, it helps you.
Okay.
And I had to fight myself to get my determination because for a while I used to stall.
Okay. Why you think you were stalling?
I was just being lazy.
Okay. So you're not going to be that person no more.
No.
Okay. Hey.
Hi.
Come on, facts.
I forgot.
How could you how could you
You said you loved yourself.
You said you
self-love,
loved yourself.
yeah. Of course. I can't forget that.
Okay.
I can't forget that.
Yeah.
How could it wait,
How can you use that to move forward in life? How you can use that like obtaining your graduating goals, career?
I feel like I don't know, without self-love, you're going to be very miserable. It's also like I don't know.
You
I
can
don't
say
know
you
how to
have
explain
confidence.
it.
Like confidence will help you at a job interview or meeting new people.
Yeah, well,
confidence is everything.
Yeah, confidence is kind of everything. But I don't know. I feel like if you don't love yourself, you're just gonna be just sad and you're gonna be missing a part of something.
How long have you felt like you've loved yourself like you do right now?
Honestly, it's only been like a year. I found myself because I was going through a lot, and I started to just build myself up because I felt like I had nobody, and that's kind of how it started, and now it's just like a really big thing. Yeah, it's a really big difference, honestly.
And self-love is a huge factor in resiliency. It is a huge factor on your comeback game. And how you bounce back when you go through things.
That's true.
It's a wonderful coping mechanism to have because you're going to go through different things in life. And to have self-love is going to be one of those things that always help you pull through.
That's true. I always got me.
Okay.
That's true.
On my back, pretty much.
All right. Brandon, how you going to use that to self-teach? How can you use that moving forward?
That was priceless.
That's my man over there. Clearly, there's nothing you can't obtain, young man, because you don't have a problem self-teaching and learning about it. How could you use it moving
Like
forward?
I'm determined like for my grades and stuff, like get my grades better. Like I'm gonna like do my work and stuff. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and like study and like do my work.
Okay, that's awesome. And you've been accomplishing that?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
I can help other people that don't know words.
Like me. Like say that word.
He ain't learning.
Are you cool on that word, huh?
Yeah, I ain't learned
I think
that
he
word.
learned it
That one I'm
today.
still
Yeah,
working
because
on.
I use the phonetic spelling and all that to try to break that word out. Okay.
Hard working, I said, just for a job, just for school, anything. You
Okay.
can use hard working to continue to be successful.
I feel like organization ties in with my OCD because, like when I do work where, let's say I'm in the kitchen baking or something, I always have to get all my stuff out first and like make sure I know which steps go first, which ones go second, which ones go last. Like I just have to have everything in order, and I feel like with a job or like with school or like daily life, like if you're getting ready for work, you can have your clothes set out or, you know.
You're like prepared for like
Yeah,
the next
for
day.
your day.
Ooh, prepared. Birdo. Okay, Birdo.
Prepared.
Prepared. So that sounds like somebody that could go into management, or they not gonna like you. You got so what you're gonna have to put with your OCD, is, as you call it, right? You're gonna probably have to learn how to say it nice
What you mean?
with a smile, like you,
Hi, I
because
have
you're very
OCD.
prepared, and everyone won't be as prepared as you. And then your OCD could kick in, and then you're gonna let people know how you feel about they're not as prepared as you. So you're gonna have to get that you're gonna have to get some of her personality. You feel me? With your preparedness.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like personally, my OCD only kicks in with me. Like if somebody else, if I go to your house and like you have a big mess, my OCD is gonna kick in, but I'm not gonna say nothing to you because
You're gonna clean it up?
Oh yeah, if you ask me to help you,
But
I'm gonna help
maybe
you.
we didn't want it clean.
No,
but
I'm
maybe
saying, like,
we knew where everything was.
Right, but I'm saying if you ask me to help you, I'll help you. But if not, I'm gonna just leave everything where it's at,
So
and I'm
you
gonna let my
already-
OCD kick in.
And but are you gonna turn red?
No, I'm gonna just sit there and I'm gonna just.
You gonna
When I go home, I know all my
So
stuff
you gotta
is-
learn how not to turn red because the chalkboard got something on like the corner. You feel me?
See, like that?
You don't like that.
No, but I'm not gonna go up there and clean it. I'm gonna just. Because I have to learn that eventually, when you go out into the real world, you can't change everything.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
He said unfortunately.
Y'all got stuff together here. Hey, personality. How can we use that moving forward?
Mine's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just being like more open
Mm.
and not being like so shy.
Okay. Get me together, Christian.
You know what? You should have just skipped me because I just realized
No,
I don't
because
have no
I'm
answer.
back. I'm back, Christian.
So I don't really know like a call to action that has to do with kindness. I mean, like I guess like I know people like donate, but I got no money, so like I don't know how to do that. So I guess so like the only thing I can think of is like building connections, I guess.
That's the perfect one, because that'll get you money. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Brand deals, you know, all that.
Just knowing people.
Oh, that's too.
That's like
It's a saying.
you would have empathy for people with your kindness, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people is gonna have empathy for you, and they're gonna look, and that's one of you got one of the key strengths that help you build connections. Yeah. And you said the perfect word is connections, because you're gonna find a way to use that connection to benefit you.
Connections lead to relationships, which lead to opportunities for stuff.
Believe it or not, it's a saying, your network equals your net worth.
That's facts.
Feel me? You feel me? You feel them? You feel everybody? So it's awesome. And that was a perfect word you used, connection.
Thank you.
Okay? Hey, Carlo, what you think? Because I can't even say the word.
Stewardism.
I don't know. Maybe in problem solving.
Ooh. Next section, let's go to social awareness. Social awareness is the ability to know and understand the structure and etiquette of social interaction and relationships. Okay, the component I use is this big R word, is respect for others, a sense of worth for the excellence of others and their personal quality or ability. So this is my question for y'all, and we're going to start with Brandon, okay? You got this, man. If students and educators gave respect by default, we give respect by default, okay? Until an individual loses it, how would school culture change? Hold on, no.
Well, you looked at me, so I thought you were
I'm gonna look back at you. How would school culture change if we gave respect by default? Just give me one. Might be quite a few things that would change. Just give me one of the things you think would change.
Like students would be more confident when doing stuff.
Awesome. See? Look how you did that. Self-teacher. All right. Awesome. What about you? What's your thought on that?
I don't know. I can't really say. Well, I couldn't really say because I don't really talk to teachers or talk to students.
Why?
And I'm very to myself.
Why? But you gotta talk to teachers.
You anti-social?
Yeah, like, if I need help, then of course I'll go to them. But I don't really like have a conversation where it's like we could like disrespect each other. I don't argue with teachers. I don't.
Okay, so you've had a lot of experiences with arguing with teachers and stuff like that?
No, I'm very to myself. I don't really talk to my teachers unless I need help with the problem.
Is that why you don't go out of your way to build a relationship with your teacher? Because you feel that it's going to go bad? Or it's going to turn into disrespect?
I just think I'm just anti. I'm very anti. I'm very to myself. I find it no point to build a relationship, low key. Because it's just like, I mean, we cool. We know we cool. There's no problem. But it's just like, if I need help, I'll come to you. But that's like the only time I'll ever come to you.
I don't know. I feel like if educators and students had mutual respect for one another, students will succeed way more. And especially educators, they probably stress less about their jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Because oftentimes you see educators and sometimes they're super stressed with the students. They're very like susceptible to like popping off on their students because they did this or did that. If they were just calm and had less to worry about, including the students, it'll be so much better in a school environment.
So do you feel more teachers need to show more respect to the kids?
It's mutual. You give and you get. So
okay.
They both need to give the same amount.
Okay.
Respect is two-way street.
And is that a problem you feel like in a lot of the buildings?
Yeah. Oftentimes I feel like it's both of the teacher and the students who lack the respect for one another. Because that oftentimes you have teachers that are respectful, don't get me wrong, but there are teachers out there that are super stressed with their job, and that's what leads to the disrespect of students.
Also, they don't get paid enough, I feel like, to deal with students.
Definitely. That's another conversation.
Like, you're getting paid like $110,000 a year to deal with annoying students. Like, you won't care because like you're still getting your money. But if you're not getting that much, then like you're gonna be stressed out on top of it.
Professors getting like paid.
You,
why
some
can't
of them just watch that? They love you. They love you right now, and that's true.
Right.
Oh, from our last group, Christian. Okay, so no, that's awesome. Do you have anything you want to add to that on the respect? Do you agree?
I agree because there's some teachers out there. I had this one teacher that I used to fall asleep in class all the time because I don't know the reason why, but this one teacher left me in the classroom when they went to lunch. So since I fell asleep and no one woke me up, I'm not sure if it was the principal or the vice principal that woke me up and told me to go to lunch.
And it could have been health reasons why you was asleep.
I sometimes I do go to bed on time, and then for some reason I'm still tired in class.
Yeah, it'd be boring is the thing. It'd be mad boring. You're just like, ugh, I'm tired.
I'm glad you said that too. Sometimes that's what's
like make it fun.
Was your work done?
Engaged.
Right, exactly.
Did you finish your work?
I don't think I did, but it's
I like
just like
the
I try to stay awake since I have to stay awake in class. I have to do the work and stuff, but sleep does gets better at me, and then and sometimes I fall asleep. I don't even know I fell asleep.
Okay. Well, and that could be something else, but we'll talk about that.
Or also,
go ahead.
Teacher, like some kids will get bored and they'll fall asleep, but that's because the teachers aren't trying to get them involved in the work. They'll just hand the paperwork and be like, turn in. Like they won't get up and try to like actually explain the work.
That's
like sing a
I want to go off
or
of what
something.
she said. Engaged learning is super important.
That
Like
is.
my favorite teachers in like my experience of school have always been teachers that were hands on and would do fun lessons. So engaged learning is
I like science and gym, like the classes for gym and science, because science there's not who was falling asleep in science. It's not that boring.
I love some
actually
science.
would like to learn about science because it seemed pretty cool to me for science.
Well, you know what? This is a perfect example, but look how all of y'all are different. Look how Ali is cool on science, but who's falling asleep in science? Listen at you. You feel me? So teachers have to learn. Adults, educators in general, we got to meet kids where they at and realize that Ali is cool on science, so I got to make it fun for Ali, right?
I had my fifth grade teacher did.
I don't have to invest so much energy into you because you already on it. You feel what I'm saying? So I would have to work with y'all two differently about the same subject.
Because my science teacher, when I was in science, he used to have videos for us to learn about like stuff like that instead of him telling us himself. He had like videos of something.
Nah, I had to make stuff like the little planets and stuff.
That was fun for me.
He did have stuff like that we did. Like
now, which class did you fall asleep in and they left you? So you
that's history for me.
Which class was that?
I believe it wasn't math. I don't believe that. I believe it was like
English, history.
I think maybe history.
See, that subject might be the subject Ali like this the business.
Yeah, kind of like.
And you asleep.
You like
feel
history?
me? So I gotta do. But you feel what I'm saying?
History?
But I would have to do something different. You feel me? And so that's understandable.
People would be working more with each other.
Awesome.
And they probably cooperate easier.
Well, let's just get one thing straight. Like, we're not in a perfect world. Like, everyone's gonna have like something to say about someone like from the get-go. But like, if we just treat each other like how we want to be treated, like how we are now, like, you know, like we ain't like, you know, having anything to say to each other. I mean, we're probably thinking it, but we're not gonna say it, you know. But we're like, you know, like kind of like what Carla said, like in a world like, you know, we're all working together regardless of our backgrounds or anything. Like, you know, like one perfect society, even though we're not in one right now, but you know what I mean.
Like probably everybody is like get along better. It won't be as much problems.
Awesome. That's what I was looking for. You got anything to add to that?
I don't know. I feel like if we would all respect each other off the bat, it would be a lot easier for different people to get along, because even though some people do get respect off the bat, they don't give it, and they expect it because they think, you know, oh, like I just deserve respect off the bat, but they're not the type of people who give respect. So I feel like even though me and you don't know each other as well, I still feel like even though, let's say you said something about me, okay? I'm still going to give you your respect. But until you say what you say about me, that's when I lose total respect. Like, I'm still going to, you know, walk past you and not say anything, or I don't know. I feel like I personally would still give you your respect, but I'm not going to go out of my way and, like, do anything for you or anything like that. Like, I'm still gonna go about my day and be like, you know, you crossed the line or something like that. But
you're just not gonna do something disrespectful just because you didn't respect me back.
Yeah, because I feel like
or inappropriate.
Yeah, because I feel like at the end of the day, you know, everybody deserves the respect. If you lose mine, then there's no reason for us to have a conversation, because it's just gonna be like a back and forth thing.
Awesome.
I feel like if people gave respect off the bat, it would just be a more understanding for everyone. Like you said, if people had more respect for each other off the bat, then there would be a lot of more better teacher and student relationships, because a lot of times you see teachers demanding respect from the students, but then never respecting the students.
Awesome.
So then that's what always starts
We're definitely
the child problems,
right.
where there's always a kid who's disrespecting or arguing with the teacher, but it's always comes down to they have to both give each other respect. It's not the kids respect the parents and then, or the teachers or the grown-ups, and then they get treated like trash.
That's why SEL is for adults as well as students.
Honestly, I think in a lot of respects it's more for adults than it is for students. Because you guys are taught from a young age, like, oh, you need to respect the person at the front of the room. You need to be doing this.
Yeah, like 9 times out of 10, if you don't,
it's the other way
don't
around.
respect any adult around your parent, you're gonna smack upside your head.
Right, but also on the other end, like us being in schools, I see teachers that don't give kids any shred of respect. And I remember I talked to a teacher about it once. I'm like, why do you think these kids don't listen to you? It's like, because they know that you don't care. And that you don't see them as an equal, as a person.
That's what a lot of
and when you lose that, it's
a lot of teachers show they don't care. They don't put the effort in.
True.
Right.
And then the students don't have respect for them, so then it just starts off a problem.
Yeah, and then they wonder where the disconnect is, and it's like, you got to get what you give.
Right.
You know?
And I guess to add to that, and we are modeling if we're the adult. Right. You know what I'm saying? Even us as kids. Like a lot of the decisions my kids have made, I have a couple incarcerated. I have a couple that play. If it's a line, they like dancing on it. They just ain't jumped on the other side yet. You feel me? Like if it's a line of no return, they just play on it, TikTok on it. You know what I'm saying? But I got a couple that jumped all the way over. And what I couldn't understand, and we still have these conversations to this day, is I know it was all around us. A lot of the people we knew personally, family members, but was I doing it? You know what I'm saying? A lot of the decisions you made, I could see if I was doing it. You can't complain. Like if you're doing inappropriate things, criminal activity, and then your kid get into it, what did you expect? Right. You feel what I'm saying? So if we model SEL as adults in the building, that's the first step of trying to get you to understand where we trying to get you, like meeting each other halfway. You know what I'm saying? So awesome statement.
I feel like it should be like a question of not more respect, but equal respect, so that everybody can have the same amount of respect. So certain people you will give more respect to based off of how they are or what they do, rather than like you would give I feel like people would give rich people more respect than poor people.
Right.
Because of what they are.
Their stature.
And their background.
But you terrible people.
Mm-hmm.
Would have had an awesome idea to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome statement.
Or greedy.
Yeah. No, that's true. And then sometimes you're intimidated of people that's in certain positions.
There's different forms of respect too, though, because there's regular respect and there's intimidation respect.
Yeah, they
intimidate you, so you feel like you have to respect them.
But I got one question at the end of this. But I wanted to ask, how do y'all feel about with the respect level and how y'all respect each other over here in the School of One? How would that affect like dropout rates and the actual graduation rates that we have right now in traditional school? Do you think that it would allow more students to graduate, or would it reduce the amount of students that actually drop out?
Would it improve school culture?
Yeah,
Yes.
because it goes back to the whole student-teacher, like the students and
Even with
teachers,
the students too, cause like
connection they have.
like if you don't respect some kids, like they don't like you, like that could ruin it too, like for
Right.
Cause like that could just not make you want to go to school
Drama.
because you don't like them. They like fights and stuff.
That's why I left my last school, is because of drama.
So, to finish up this one, our call to action, y'all already doing it. That's why y'all have such a success here. Because y'all basically, all I've seen is the respect. Y'all respecting each other. Y'all respecting y'all teachers. I feel like I see the relationships and I feel the culture. I don't hear voices being raised, nonsense, stuff being slammed down. And every time I come, I just see y'all working, man. And so I feel like y'all already accomplishing that call to action. And that was the question why I asked y'all, how could we get this vibe into more of the buildings, more of the traditional buildings? And that's going to be a work in progress. But I feel like us having this conversation and we sharing our thoughts on this, it's going to make people think a little different. And that's what I mean by let's get to the root of the problem and just stop talking about what's wrong with the school, or the teacher saying what's wrong with the kids, or the kids saying our teachers is trash. Or you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Because are you part of the problem or are you part of the solution? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And look how that one word we talking about, look at that one little concept, how that could change a building like instantly. If everybody, even if they didn't want to, you feel me? Like how that would just change the whole vibe of the building, no matter how many kids was in it. Okay.
I honestly feel like, even though I'm a teenager, and I know a lot of kids be like, oh, I'm not going to respect an adult if they don't respect me. Honestly, I sometimes feel like kids do go out of their way to disrespect adults, even when adults give them respect. Like Marco says, it should be a 50-50 thing. But like when I used to go to regular schools, I used to see like teachers giving their students respect. Like they would bring them snacks and try to treat them, and kids would still be like loud, disrespectful, yelling, cussing at teachers. And it's like, then they get mad when, they got to go to detention or if they get in trouble. Like you
put yourself here.
Yeah, you put yourself in that situation.
Hello, Kristen.
it's like you put yourself in the situation. Like you were given respect and you chose to, disrespect them and make them feel some type of way. That's why, honestly, I like it here. I like that we all respect each other. We all come from different backgrounds, different cultures. Mm-hmm. And we don't sit here and we don't talk over each other. We don't yell at each other. Like, we're in class, we help each other and stuff like that. Because, that's how respect is given. And you should just, give it to anybody until they don't deserve it.
And that is something I noticed, is that you guys are very adamant about not talking over each other, which is something I don't think I've ever seen as consistently in another school. And that's not me just trying to be nice. Like, that's real. Like, you guys actually give each other the space to talk.
I feel like we're so much more mature than like the other kids. I feel like mature.
There's that
that's
one
true.
word.
I would agree with you. Seriously.
Respect always comes from maturity.
So that came out of one of our other projects, I think an episode at East Tech, and I feel like the educators felt like that was their biggest problem in the building was immaturity.
It leads to everything else, like to all of their fighting and everything that they've dealt with. It stems from kids being immature towards each other, towards teachers, towards whatever.
As a great segue to come from like watching that project and then watching this one when this one gets done. Right. Okay, so to piggyback off something you said, another part of social awareness is appreciating diversity. Mm-hmm. And you said it. Okay, y'all all come from different backgrounds, but y'all appreciate and can get something from everybody.
Yeah, like I know a kid in here who he was taking Spanish, and he's black, and he had asked me, he was like, can you help me with Spanish? I was like, sure, like I got you. And I asked him one time, well, he's Jamaican, and he told me, he was like, if you help me with Spanish, I'll bring you a plate that my mom cooked. I was like, you gonna get an A.